Hi everyone, I'm Nanvi and I'm a recent graduate from Harvard Graduate School of Education. I have been working with Regio Classrooms, public systems and community spaces for a while. I am an educator and artist and designer who is deeply passionate about learning through the arts. And I have seen firsthand how creativity through the lens of art shapes not just how we see the world and work, but also how we relate to other people and connect to ourselves. And before I jump into what this podcast is all about, I want to start by sharing a story about a student I had in my clay classroom some months back. I was teaching clay hand building techniques to these group of kids and in a public school, and I had this one child who would not engage for some days. I knew that child was looking at me and looking at what I was doing. Like there was some observation, a little bit of reactions through expressions, but no, like not indulging. And I wanted to give them space and not like kind of force using the material. And it went like for a few days, and then one day the invitation was like there were no instructions. It was just clay, natural materials and clay. And the invitation was to create something that holds a memory for you. That was the provocation. That's it. No other rules or regulations. And this child, I was so amazed that this child started like you holding the clay and just sitting with the clay for a long time, pressing it, making it smoother, making it softer, and just exploring the clay. And I was just so excited and happy inside by just looking at them kind of engaging with clay, and I did not intervene. And then slowly this child started creating something like a hollow structure and started putting wire and then started putting some natural materials. And I was so excited, and the child was not looking at what others were seeing or what others were creating or how others structure were like bigger or like they were more intricate. It was just about them being in that space. And then later during the time of sharing, I for the first time I saw this child raising their hand and like sharing about like they made a hollow shape with the boundary of wire in it. It was basically a space where they went when they felt everything was loud in the classroom. And I was so touched by their sharing. There was no hesitation. There was no comment from the other classrooms. Everybody just listened to this child, and it was so exciting. And then slowly after that, I saw the shift. Like slowly the child started engaging more in the classroom and also in other subjects. And it was a very slow and gradual shift. And not saying maybe this was just one example which changed the way they participated, but definitely it counted in some shift, which was so special and exciting for me to see in this child. And experiences like these in my clay classroom wouldn't look like a breakthrough for assessments, but this child felt seen and heard, and there was a shift in them. And it made me question like these kind of experiences are never showed in test scores. And that is why I created this podcast, Why Arts, is to capture these moments. And this podcast is not just about like visual arts. I have been talking to people from different fields of artistic experiences like dancers, theater artists, museum educators, leaders, different subject teachers, basically people who have been using art as a way of thinking, as a way of process to break down these complex ideas, to teach a subject, to build communities, or to just have an engagement for relationship building. We are living in this moment right now where everything is so automated. Everybody needs quick answers, AI generated assessments, and hence it is so important to slow down and to look and think about these experiences which so many people have been seeing day to day in every day. And at the same time, I've always felt like conversation about arts have been like outdated. Sometimes it's either too realistic and too practical, and sometimes it's so inspirational that it does not feel very connected to the real classrooms. And even then, there has been change around arts happening every day in different studios, in different community spaces, and different classrooms all over the world. And people have been using arts to think, to listen, to build relationships, to create space for voice, agency, and belonging, especially for those who don't always fit into this traditional system of classrooms. And this podcast is not about understanding or defending why arts is important using academic papers or having to find perfect definitions. It's about listening. It's about stories like these. It's about talking and having conversations with people who have been doing this work, like educators, designers, facilitators, artists, researchers, who have been doing and have so many stories to share every day from their learning spaces, and just asking them simple question: why arts? What does it even make sense or make meaning to add arts to these education spaces? And for me, the arts have never been about the product, but always about the process. They have been a way of slowing down about and also noticing the minute details. It is about making sense of the world through your hand, head, heart, your imagination, and often this in collaboration with other people around you. Through Why Arts, I am very curious to know more about these quiet moments, the messy ones, the playful ones, the moments that don't always make it into the portfolio or the assessments or the reports, moments where something shifts. So if you're a teacher, artist, student, educator, parent, or just someone who has been wondering about what it means to have creativity through the lens of arts right now, I hope this feels like an invitation. I am so excited for you to explore this world of Why Arts podcast with me. And this is Why Arts. Thank you so much.